All right, we are there to discuss the third term test 2019, which is given by the Northwestern Province, right? So this is the marking scheme regarding these 40 questions. So if you are referring the video, so you can have the reference regarding the marking scheme of the MCQs. So yeah. So we got almost all the questions to be discussed. So let's start from the first one. Which of the following connection is correct under the government concept of using ICT by providing facilities such as gazettes, circulars, and forms? Now, when it comes to the gazette, circulars, and forms, these things belongs to the employees, right? Employees are the people who are referring to these gazettes, circulars, and forms, all those things. So it's a government to employee communication, or like a transaction. So it's going to be the fourth one, G2E, right? G2C stands for government to citizen or government to consumer. G2G stands for government to government, and G2B stands for government to business. So when it comes to the government to consumer, we can take a revenue license renewal process through the website as a service of G2C. When it comes to G2G, these visa and all these details about our country is being informed for a foreigner or like some particular person abroad can be taken as a G2G communication. And G2B can be taken as government to business, which is like government is issuing the details or the loan details, a business registration details, kind of things for the businesses as an online service. We can consider it as G2B, right? So the answer for the first question is the fourth one. Second one, which of the incorrect from the given statement in relation with using robots in modern industries? So it says they are asking for the incorrect one. Obtaining 24 service, it is a correct one regarding a robot. Minimal initial cost, now that would be the incorrect answer, because it is not cheaper, it is expensive. So it's not, initial cost is going to be an expensive one, not a minimal one. So they are asking for the incorrect one. Second one is going to be the answer. Efficiency is a good point, as well as it is correct regarding the robots. And accuracy and hygiene, of course, those are there when it comes to the robots. And the answer is going to be the second one for the second question. Third question, what is the unguided media, radiated media that is used to transmit data between two places of longest distance? That is the point for you to be captured, longest distance from the given data transmission media. Now, when it comes to the fiber optics is not an unguided media, it's a guided media, so it is taken away, right? So infrared, microwaves, radio waves, all three things are guided media. So since they are asking longest distance, it should be the microwave. So like infrared is there to communicate in a shorter distance. Radio waves are like, they have the ability of communicating for a greater distance compared to the infrared. And when it comes to the microwaves, microwave has much greater distance than the radio waves, right? So third answer is going to be the answer for the third question. Then the fourth, no one has asked to discuss the fourth, not the fifth, then the sixth. So the sixth, convert A816 into binary, octal, and decimal, and which answer gives the above values respectively? So like it's a bit of a calculations, right? Which is very possible in your question paper. So A8 hexadecimal, you can write this in 4 bits to convert this into a binary one very easily. So this has the place values 1, 2, 4, and 8. No, Ravidu, I'm very sorry. I think I have mentioned this for several times. There won't be any physical classes for the O levels, Buddha. It's only online classes, right? So if you want to participate in a physical class, there is a class at Casbah that I am conducting. So that is the place that you have to visit. Otherwise, you have to stay in the online class, Buddha. Right, so A is indicating 10, right? So how we are going to create the 8? 8 can be created like 1 over the place value of 8 and zeros for the other place value, so which indicates 8. And 10 can be created like 8 plus 2. Right, so 8 and 2 can be taken as the place values. Rest of the things are going to be zeros. So the binary value, which is going to represent A816, is going to be 10101000 in binary. Right. Yes, Ravidu, we are discussing the programming in that class. Right, so 10101000, that answer goes with the first and the second one. So third one is cancelled, fourth one is cancelled. Right? Yeah, Ravindu, can you send me a private message through the WhatsApp? So I'll send you the location for that. Right, so then we have to worry about, like, if you compare the first and the second, you can see this octal conversion is same. So we really don't need to bother about the octal conversion. We need to bother about the decimal conversion, right? Octal conversion right? Okay, so then I'll quickly go to convert this A816 into a decimal. How we are going to convert A816 into decimal? So this has the place value of 16 to the power 0. This has the place value of 16 to the power 1, which means 16 to the power 0 equals 1. 16 to the power 1 equals 16. All right. So A equals to 10. So the answer is going to be 16 into 10 plus 1 into 8, which gives you 168 in decimal. So definitely it's going to be the second answer with that calculation. So the second answer is going to be the correct answer for the sixth question. Okay, moving to the seventh one, which of the following is equivalent to 224 and 457 decimal values respectively? So if you take 124, right, so you can do many particular approaches, right? So the best approach, or the easiest approach that you can do is, like, you can easily convert a decimal value into a binary. How we are going to convert this into the binary? By dividing it by 2. So it's going to be 62 and no remainings, 31 and no remainings, 15 and 1 is remaining, 7 and 1 is remaining, 3 and 1 is remaining, 1 and 1 is remaining. So the value is going to be, starting from here, goes to top of it. So the value of this is going to be 1 1 1 1. There are 5 ones, 2 zeros in binary, right? So 5 ones and 2 zeros, it is there in this answer, in the fourth answer. And then we have to check whether the 147 in octal is going to tally with 457. So like we got 457, a decimal value again is going to divide by 8. That is how we are going to convert a decimal into an octal number. So there are 5 8s for 45, that means 40. So 5 is remaining, 5 and this 7 create 57. We need 7, 56, and 1 is remaining. So 57 again divided by the 8, so it's going to be 7 and 1 is remaining. So the octal number should be 711, but with the fourth answer, it is not the 711 that we have. So fourth answer is get cancelled, right? So 711 is over here, as you can see, right? As well as if you convert the binary value, this binary value, which is equivalent to the 124, into an octal value, right? Into an octal value. So how we are going to convert this? 1 to 4 are going to be the place values. So to find the answer, we just consider the values which has 1 at the top of it. So we got 4 to 1, this is 7, and this is 1. So 174 in octal is going to represent 124 in decimal, right? So here it says 174 in hexadecimal in the third answer. So the third answer is going to be an incorrect one. This is 174 in octal. So 174 in octal is somewhere over here, right? So then we have to figure out whether 457 describes 1C9 in 16. So 457, if we convert that into a hexadecimal, 457 is divided by 16. So there are 2 16s, 17 is remaining, 13 is remaining, I'm sorry, 13 is remaining, 137, got 8 16s, right, and 9 is remaining. So for 28, if we divide by 16, 1, and you are remaining with 12, 12 is indicating the C, right? So the 457 can be represented as 1C9. So that brings us the answer, the second one, which equals to the 124 and 457 decimal values. Okay, moving to the 9th, a student says that some DVD has been made with capacity of 8 GB, right? So which of the following gives the equal value of 8 GB? So like when it comes to these kind of questions, it's better you get to know about this, right? So let me introduce you this chart. So it will be easier for you to handle these kind of situations when you know this, right? So it's like this. It's better you write this down on somewhere, right? Like on the book for you to remember. So the small unit is called the bit. Then you got byte. Then you got kilobyte. Then you got megabytes. Then you got gigabytes. And then you got terabytes. Right, so when you are converting from the terabytes into a gigabyte one, we can multiply this by 1024. That means 2 to the power 10. So when we convert from gigabyte to megabyte, again we want 2 to the power 10. When we convert from megabyte to kilobyte, it is again 2 to the power 10. Kilobyte to byte, it is again 2 to the power 10. Byte to bit, since 8 bits are there for a byte, this need to be multiplied by 2 to the power 3. Right? So I'll show you an example how to do this as well. And when it comes to the bit to the byte part, the other way around, we are considering the 2 to the power minus values. Like this is 2 to the power minus 3. This is 2 to the power minus 10. This is 2 to the power minus 10. It is 2 to the power minus 10. And from gigabyte to terabyte again, 2 to the power minus 10. All right. So now when you are having this chart, it is easy for you to do the conversions. So as an example, if someone asks something like this, like let's say, we'll take the question of this particular thing, 8 GB converting into kilobytes. Right? So when gigabyte is converted into kilobytes, what is the journey that we need to go through? From gigabyte, we have to move to the megabyte first. Then megabyte, we have to move to the kilobyte. You can take this 8 as it is. From gigabyte to megabyte, you need 2 to the power 10. From megabyte to kilobyte, you need another 2 to the power 10. So this is going to be 2 to the power 20. You can easily say this is 8 into 2 to the power 20 kilobytes. If you consider 8 as a 2 to the power, this is 2 to the power 3 into 2 to the power 20 kilobytes. That means 2 to the power 23 kilobytes. So in your paper, the answer go with something like this, right? 8 into 2 to the power 20 kilobytes. So it's easy for us to tackle when we got this type of thing, right? So only thing, we have to write the journey carefully, right? So conversions can be given by the illustrations that we are done in between the units. Is this calculation clear for you, people? Does anyone need any more clarifications? Okay, so if you want any clarifications, just let me know. Otherwise, you can copy this to your book regarding the conversion. Okay, are we done copying? Anyone who is still copying? All right. So with the knowledge that you have taken, like do this conversion for me. Four GB into bytes. All right, convert 4 GB into bytes. I'll give you 2 minutes for this. And you can post the answer on a chat message. Okay, Tesando, hold on. Yes, that is correct, Danuka. Yes, Dinelka, that's correct. Udamya, that is correct. Very good. Anyone who needs more time? Okay, how we are going to do this? Now, GB needs to be taken into bytes, right? So GB becomes MB, MB becomes KB, and KB becomes byte. So 4 is taken as it is. I'm sorry, people. I think I changed the paper. Four is just 4. From GB to MB conversion, you need 2 to the power 10. And MB to KB, 2 to the power 10. KB to bytes, another 2 to the power 10. Right, which gives you 4 into 2 to the power 30. Bytes. So the final answer can be written as 2 to the power 32. Okay, is that clear, everyone? If you got any doubts, you can ask, right? And people, I'm doing this session when my power, like during the power cut, right? In case if the computer gets off, remember that is the end of the session now, because all my devices are like power out due to this power cut, right? Okay, so according to the question, our answer is going to be the second one, right? 8 into 2 to the power 20 KB. Okay, 10th. Which answer contains the secondary storage device of magnetic, optical, and solid state, respectively? Magnetic hard disk is a magnetic, floppy disk is a magnetic, hard disk drive. Hard drive is also can be considered as an magnetic one, right? Flash drive is cannot be. People just excuse me for a second. Right. So hard disk is a magnetic one, floppy disk is a magnetic one, but flash drive is not a magnetic one, so definitely not the fourth one. Optical, that means CD types. So here it has floppy disk, so it is disqualifies. Micro SD, it is a solid state, disqualifies. That means definitely the third one is going to be the answer. Okay, so the 10th is done. 11th. 11th is asking what is volatile memory used in computers. So now volatile memory means what? When the power is disconnected, the memories that erase their content. So generally RAM, cache, and registers are considered as the volatile memories. ROM and secondary storages, which is the magnetic media, optical media, and solid media, are considered as the non-volatile memories. So the answer which has RAM, cache, and memory registers is the first one. So that is why the first one is going to be the answer. Here they got ROM, because of that second one is wrong. Here they got secondary memory, so it is wrong. Here they got ROM and secondary memory both. Again, it is wrong. The 12th, yes, you asked me to do the 12th. What is the device used to connect two or more networks of computer networking? Now, when it comes to the computer networking, router has the ability of connecting different kinds of local area networks. So the answer is going to be the router. So how we are going to connect, how we are going to create the local area networks. Now, these kind of local area networks, this is a local area network, right? Yeah. So this is a local area network, right? As well as if these are the devices, this is a local area network. Now that can be created using the devices called switches or hubs, right? So these devices, okay, what did I do? Yeah. Right, so these kind of devices, can be a switch, or an hub. So either a switch or a hub will help you to create the local area network. So this is what you call a LAN, local area network. So two or more local area network are given the chance to connect through the router, right?
Can you cut this?
Okay. Right. So moving with the 12th. Yeah, we done with the 12th. Neither. The 12th answer is the router. So they are asking the 13th. What is the relevant Boolean expression of the output F in given logic circuit? So how it's going to be? Hold on, people. Hold on a second. Oh, that's not good. Let's hope and pray. Okay, that's not good. Okay, that's great. It is being saved. Okay, so the 13th one, A and B is given as the inputs. So this is going to give you the output called A dot B. This is going to give you the output B dash. So this place is going to give you A dot B total bar. And the final output is going to give you A dot B total bar dot B bar, because these two are AND gates. This is a NOT gate. So this is going to be your answer. That means the third one is going to be your answer. Okay. So the 14th, you have asked me to do the 14th as well. Which of the following is not a BCD value? So BCD value, if you take the BCD values, BCD is there to represent the decimal values. Decimal numbers as binary. So what they have done was, from 0 to 9, they have taken a 4-bit value to indicate that decimal. So this 4-bit value contains the place values 1, 2, 4, and 8. Right? So whenever you need to represent 0, 0 represent as 4 zeros. If you want to represent 9, 1, 0, 0, 1 can be used. Right? So you are representing digits or the decimal values from 0 to 9. So if you want to represent 23, the decimal value in BCD, you have to represent 2 as 0010 and 3 as 0011. So that is going to be the BCD code for the 23. So likewise, what they are asking here is what is not going to be a BCD value. So we have to figure out what is the answer which contains the binary value beyond the 9th representation. So if we clarify the things, here the first 4 bits represents 9, last 4 bits represents 0. In the second one, first 4 bits represents 9, last 4 bits represents 8. In the third one, first 4 bits represents 7, last 4 bits represents 8. Here comes the problem. This 4 bits represents 10. 10 is not a BCD. Because if you want to represent 10 in BCD, you are going to represent 3 zeros and 1, that represents 1, and 4 zeros, that represents 0. We are not going to represent 10 as it is. So because of that, fourth one is going to be the answer. Okay, people, is it clear up to this point? Yes, everyone, is it clear? Okay, right. So moving to the 15th. The following truth table shows the inputs for the given logic circuit. Which of the following gives the relevant output in the column F respectively? So you can achieve the answer in 2 different methods for this kind of questions. The first method is you have to figure out what kind of output, final output is that you are going to generate. So according to that, you can expand the truth table. So first it is A dot B. Here it is B bar. This is going to give you A dot B plus B bar. This is the final output is going to give you A dot B plus B bars total bar. Right? So when you are having something like this, what you can do is you can create the truth table, the expanded truth table, like A and B. So this can have four different combinations. So first we have to like now we are going to figure out this final output. So first we have to figure out the the B bar first, because the B bar has the NOT operator. It is given the highest priority, B bar. Then after A dot B, because the AND gate gives the next priority, A dot B. Then A dot B plus B bar. And finally, it's the final output, A dot B plus B bars total bar. Right, so how to create the B bar? It is 1 0 1 0. By looking at the B, we can create B bar. How we are going to create A dot B? It is simple, right? A dot B can be created by using these two. So it's going to be 0, 0, 0, and a 1. Simple multiplication. So then we are going to create A dot B plus B bar. That means you are going to consider this. You are going to consider this particular column plus this particular column. So the addition is going to happen. So 1 plus 0 is 1. 0 plus 0 is 0. 1 plus 0 is 1. 0 plus 1 is 1. So the final can be taken by flipping ones into zeros and zeros into 1 because not operator is happening later. So 0, 1, 0, 0 are going to be the answer. So that means the second one is going to be the answer. Is that clear, everyone? Okay. So moving forward to the 16th. Hold on, Namai. Right. So the 16th question. What are they asking here? Yeah, there is a blank is the first program activated in the booting process of the computer and reads the blank in the first boot device of blank again. So the very first program that is being activated is the post program, power on self-test. Right, so you can straight away go to the answer because post as the first answer contains only in the fourth one. Right, so the post is the first program activated in the booting process of the computer and reads the MBR master boot record in the first boot device of boot sequence. Right, so 16th, fourth one is going to be the answer straight away. 17th. So the 17th says, following is the answer given by a student named Sachin Tana to a question asked by a teacher about the requirement for partitioning a hard disk. Why we create the partitions in a hard disk? Because it is easy for us to keep the files in a categorized manner, right? And in case if you need to install a new operating system, a separate operating system, kind of to have dual boot, we need a separate partition, a new partition to do that, right? So according to the answers that they have given, it is needed to store different items in different places, which is correct. This one is correct. It requires to allocate a separate partition for some operating systems. Yes, of course, that is correct as well. It is needed to have more than one operating system in the same machine. So yes, the statement B explains that. So everything is correct. So all A, B, and C is the answer. 18th. What is the operating system that cannot be considered as an operating system that supports a single user perform multitask? Right? So they're asking cannot be considered. Right? So Ubuntu is a multitask operating system. Mac OS, Macintosh operating system is a multitasking operating system. MS Windows 7 is a multitasking operating system. So like multitasking means what? It is capable of handling many programs at the given time, right? So definitely the answer is going to be the first one, MS-DOS. MS-DOS stands for, yes people? What's the meaning of MS-DOS? Yes, anyone? What do you mean by the MS-DOS?
Microsoft Desktop.
Yeah, Microsoft Disk Operating System. Very good. All right, so that is what you mean by the MS-DOS. Okay, 19th, you haven't asked to discuss. The 20th. Mostly used word processing software are shown below. What is the software that can be used to prepare document using cloud computing? Yeah, people, cloud computing is a concept that was there in your grade 11 book. So you can take the marks for the 20th one. Right? So take marks for the 20th one. It doesn't matter which answer that you have gone. You can take marks for that, right? Because cloud computing is not there. The correct answer is going to be the fourth one. But for the moment, since you are not being taught that particular thing, check marks for that. So 21st, it says, which is the shortcut key used for find and replace? Now, Control R is used to do the right alignment. And Control H is the correct answer. Control V to do the pasting part. Control F is doing to find. Right, so the correct answer is going to be the second one for the 21st. 24th, then you are asking. Maybe in the next page. Okay, in 24th, this is a direct representation of how the mail merge is going to happen. We are having this kind of structure because of the mail merge. When we choose the merging fields appears like this on your document. So later you can print it in different letters using those merging fields. So they are asking what is correct regarding part A. Number of characters that is not printed, which is not, it is not the answer. Alternative symbols used instead of brackets, no. Field names of a table that is used to mail merge, yeah, that is the correct one. All right, so the third one is going to be the correct answer. And 25th, what is not a valid function used in spreadsheet software? Now in a spreadsheet software, we can use both colon and the comma to create our, or to specify the range. We create a colon to indicate from which point to which point. Right now here in A1 colon C1 means A1 to C1. Right here A2 colon C2 means A2 to C2. Right? And we can use the comma in case of we are referring something which is not adjacently, right? Even though it has been adjacent, we can use, but if it is not, the most practical way is if the cells are not adjacent to each other, so they use the control button and then take the particular references correctly. So the fourth one is correct. Second one is also correct. They have given two different ranges. Third one is also correct, people. We can separate the cell references using a comma. So the incorrect one is going to be the first one. Here the problem is the plus one that we are using inside the sum function, because plus mark, we are not using plus mark inside the sum functions. Right. Okay. So the 26th, they're asking, what is the answer if the formula count A2 colon A7 is entered in cell A8? Cell A8 means this particular position. So this particular cell has this particular function. It is asking you to count the cells starting from A2 up to A7. So count function, the nature of the count function is counting the values within the given range. So this is not a value, it is just a text. So it will count only these 5 values. So we'll give you the answer as 5. So 26, fifth one is going to be the answer. 27th. So 27th, it is saying road accidents that are occurred in Kurunegala Police Division in 2018 can be classified as motorbikes, cars, and passenger transport, buses, and other. What is the most suitable chart type that depicts the percentage of them with all accidents? So those are different kinds of accidents, but they are individual, right? We don't have group of things to be shown. So you can, and again, they are asking you to show it percentage wise. So definitely it's going to be the pie chart, because pie chart has the ability. Line chart, bar chart, column charts, they are capable of comparing many things. Many things means like many criteria. Here just the vehicle accidents, only one particular one. Excel එක cell range එකකට දාගත්තත් ඒ ටික manage කරගන්න පුළුවන්. So 28, data is entered in a spreadsheet worksheet as given below, and A1 is selected as the active cell, and if control plus right arrow key is used, the task can be done is, this is the task, goes right slide of the large cell of the data entered range. Right, so if the range is from starting from A1 to D3, it moves from here. Right, so using this particular combination, it moves over here. And next one, 29th. Okay, next page. Yes, now some of you have made this mistake when figuring out an answer for this. So like here what we have, we got 3 to the power 3 plus 3, those are within brackets, so those will be the first one to be considered. Then 2 minus 5. So first of all, the priority is given. What is the priority order? It's bracket, then not, then and, finally it's all. So inside the bracket, there are exponential and the plus mark. So exponential will happen. So like 9 plus 3 divided by 3, 2 minus 5. 9 plus 3 means, I'm sorry, this is not going to be the 9. My bad, it's going to be the 27th. Because 3 into 3 is 9, 9 into 3 is 27th. So 27 plus 3 is 30. 30 divided by 3 multiplied by 2 minus 5. 30 now here the division and the multiplication shares the same level of the priorities. So on that case, we have to consider the one which meets from the left. So 30 divided by 3, it is 10 into 2 minus 5. So 10 into 2 is 20, 20 minus 5, which equals 15. So the answer goes with the second one. Right. So the 30th. Select the answer which shows the following icons in the sequential order. So the view A, or like, hold on. So the view A gives you a normal view, view B gives you a slide sorter view, view C gives you a reading view, last view is going to give you a slide show view. So according to that, first one is going to be the answer. Normal view, slide sorter view, reading view, and slide view. Normal view is the view that we used to use to do the editing part of the presentation. Slide sorter view will help us to sort the slides in a proper order. And reading view will allow us to read the presentation like a reading document. And D is there to launch the presentation. Okay, so the 30th is done. After the 30th, it's 33rd that you have asked. So let's see what is 33rd. Okay, it says in a slideshow, the keys P, N, B, and escape, ESC stands for escape, can be used for various types of activities. What is the correct sequence of activities that can be done using above keys? So it's easy, people. P stands for previous, N stands for next, B stands for blank, and escape we use to end the session at the point we want. So P is the previous slide, N is the next slide, so it's going to be the fourth one. So in 34th, yeah, in 34th that they are asking is, which answer shows the correct number of fields and records of this vehicle table? So fields means what? How many columns are there in the table? So there will be 3 columns, right? And records means what? Number of data lines or data records. That is 4. So 3 and 4 can be taken as the answer. So it is easy, right? Columns means the fields. Rows means the records, but those should be records with data, right? Okay, 35th. I think it should be in the other page. Yeah, there you go. Okay, 35th is saying, what is the most relevant field that can be used as the primary key of drive table. Right now, when it comes to the drive table, you can see the drive table. There are several different columns are there, right? So what do we have here? The driving license number is there. So if you look closely, you can't find any similar values in that column. So driving license number is a good one or a good column for us to take it as a primary key, because to become a primary key, the qualifications are the value should be unique inside it, as well as no cell is going to be empty in that column, right? So driving license number is a good one. Name, even though the repetition is not here, it is like there's a very big probability to be returned, to be duplicated, the same name. So name is not going to change. Telephone number, of course, those are like different from one from another, right? And here you don't have an answer for telephone number. If the telephone number was there, it would have been a good choice as well. And the vehicle number, yeah, the vehicle number, this particular one and this particular one are being repeated, right? So we can't take vehicle number. So the answer is going to be the driving license number. Right, so the 36th, this organization use one vehicle for each driver, and two drivers are used for some vehicles. What is the relationship between that's shown between vehicle table and the driver table? So vehicle table and driver table is there. So if we recognize this, it says one vehicle for each driver. That means one vehicle for each driver, right? So hold on. Right, it says this organization use one vehicle for each driver. So one vehicle for one driver, and two drivers are used for some vehicles. So one vehicle can be driven by one driver can be drive more than one vehicle. So the final relationship is like vehicle side many, the driver side is going to be one, because from these things we are choosing the bigger one, or the bigger relationship when it comes to these two, right? So it's going to be one to many. Okay, people, is it clear up to this point? Okay, so let's move forward. 37th. This organization needs to identify the driver and his vehicle using driver table and the vehicle table. What is the object that can be used to have table as given below? So this table contains two different things, like name and the vehicle number, which are taken by two different tables. So to find the things by more than one table, you need the queries, right? It's a pretty straight question. It's the queries. 38. What is the advantage of having data encryption in a table? Data encryption is a security method. So it does not validate the data. It does not look after the accuracy. It does not look after the what we call the data consistency, it definitely look after of these things. All right, so the 38, to avoid entry in unauthorized access, is going to be the answer. 39th. Composite key is prepared. Now, composite key means when a particular table does not have one unique column to be identified as a primary key, then of course we need a composite key. So the composite key will have the primary key qualities, but you can see it is big, or like more than one particular primary key. It's bulky, maybe in most of the cases having 2 or 3 likewise. So composite key is prepared using uniquely identified record of a table, not actually, using a combination of 2 or more fields to identify records in table, using combination of 2 or more fields to identify records in a table. Okay, that's a little bit doubtful. Using fields in a table, but records can be uniquely identified in another table using equal field. Using equal field names of 2 fields to build a relationship between 2 tables. Yeah, so now definitely not using equal field names of 2 fields to build a relationship between 2 tables. Composite key is not to build the relationship, so this is wrong. Second and the third, using a combination of 2 or more fields to identify a record in a table, that would be a correct one. Using fields in table, but records can be uniquely identified in another table. No, not in another table. So definitely it's going to be the second one. 39th, the last question, 40th. If the same data is entered in a few records of a table, is called data duplication. So same one is going to happen. We say it is data duplication. Right. So data redundancy and data duplication, here they have mixed it up. So data duplication is going to be the first blank. That means this. Definitely these 3 is disqualifies. Right. So then because of the data duplication, the data redundancy will occur. Okay, people who got 40 out of 40. Okay, 39. 38. I think we got a 39. Okay. Does it glitch is some other concept as I remember. Duplication is a correct word. Right, so 38 out of 40. Yes, Udamya, very good. How about others? Yeah, 37. 36. 35, does it? Okay, that's good. That's a good mark. Okay, 30 to 35. Okay, great. So now I'll show you a small question since we got 15 minutes more. So you may try to finish it within 10 minutes, right? So this is something easy, right? right? So this is a O-level paper of 2013. Yeah. Right. So, okay. So try to write the answers for this question. I'll give you 10 minutes. Generally, it's a 20 minutes question, but I'll give you 10 minutes. You can type in as well. Like, you can type the answer onto the chat. Yes, Udamya, that is correct for the first question. Yes, Udamya, that is correct for the second one as well. Very good. Others, send me your answers as well. Yes, third one, A part is correct, Damya. Yes, people. What are the answers? So for the first one, they are asking list 2 primary keys with corresponding table names. I'll show you the marking scheme as well, so it will be easier for you to capture. Yes. So the answer for the first part is food item table or supply and the supplier table, right? Food item table, item ID, supplier tables, supplier ID. If you have given that correctly, 2 marks will be given. Second one, it is asking a student goes to the canteen and buy 1 fish bun and fruit drink bottle. That means the stock should be adjusted from the food item table, right? So how it's going to be? So it's the food item table that's going to be affected. That is the answer for the part A in the second part. And how the entries are going to be. Look at this. 1001 fish buns 14. Okay, Susu, I will come. And the next one, 1005 food drinks 18. So one value should be reduced from each stock. So 2 marks will be given for that. So part A, 2 marks for saying food item table. Part B, 2 marks for saying the 2 records. And the third part is asking the canteen decided to add the cutlet as new item and purchase 25 of them from the supplier Meena on the date 29/13. Now Meena is an existing supplier. She's over here in the supplier table, but they are taking new item. So they are going to add a new item to the food item table saying 1006 cutlet, and they have purchased 25 of them. So 25 will be there. And in the purchase table, they are going to have this particular date, 29/13. They are purchasing from the S002 from the Meena. And the item is going to be the new item 1006. And the quantity is 25. So both purchase table and the food item table must be updated. So the answers are going to be like this. So for the part A, these 2 items, which is the food item tables, purchase table should be updated. So 2 marks. And for the food item table, this particular record should be there, 1006 cutlets 25. For the purchase table, 29/13, S002, 1006, and 25 should be there. So again, 2 marks for that. So that brings you 10 marks for that question. That is kind of a database question, people. So that is how a database question behaves in your question paper. So you better go with those things, people. So when you are facing to the examination, so let's see. So by next week, we are going to discuss about the grade 11 stuffs, because your term test and all these things will be over by next week. And I got this message that you are going to have the vacation by tomorrow, not tomorrow, the day after. I really don't know whether it is a confirmed one or not yet. There is a rumor. Let's see how it's going to be, right? So by next week anyway, we are going to continue the Python lesson. I'm sorry, the Pascal lesson, right? The programming lesson. Okay, people, I'll see you on next week for the same time. Till that, thank you very much and have a very nice weekend. Sastrika, answer for 2A is this, Buddha. I'll show you. This is the answer for the second one, A part.